Why is it that some things seem to stay with us long after they've ended? A relationship, a friendship, a conversation, a version of ourselves. Sometimes years can pass, and yet we still find ourselves revisiting the same memories. So why is it so hard to let go? Is it because we're holding on to the past? Or is the past in some way still holding on to us? Hello, I'm Leanne, and welcome to Conversations with Leanne. Each week, we explore everyday life through both the spiritual and the human side. Not to tell you what to believe, simply to encourage curiosity, understanding, and reflection. Today, I'd like to explore a question many of us have asked at one time or another. Why is it so hard to let go? The spiritual side. Many spiritual traditions teach that every person who enters our life comes with a purpose. Some arrive as blessings, some arrive as lessons, and some become both. Every experience changes us in some way. Many healing traditions also suggest that emotions are energy in motion. When emotions are acknowledged and allowed to move through us, they continue on their journey. But when we continually revisit an event without processing or releasing it, some believe we continue to give that experience our energy. Perhaps that's why some memories still feel as real today as they did years ago. Energetically, some believe we can remain connected to people, places, and experiences long after they've gone. And perhaps letting go isn't about pretending something didn't matter. Perhaps it's about gently calling our energy back to ourselves. Now let's explore the human side. From a human perspective, our brains are wired for familiarity. Our nervous systems prefer certainty, even when something is painful. If it is familiar, there can be comfort in knowing what to expect. Sometimes we aren't simply holding on to an experience. We're holding on to the person we've become because of it. Who am I without this story? Who am I if I forgive? Who am I if I stop talking about what happened? Who am I if I finally move forward? Change can feel uncomfortable. Not because it's always bad, but because we don't yet know who will be on the other side of it. So which perspective is right? Perhaps both offer something valuable. Whether you believe we're holding on to energy, or whether our minds are simply holding on to what feels familiar, the experience is the same. Letting go is rarely as simple as deciding to do it. Sometimes it's a process, sometimes it's a practice, and sometimes it simply takes longer than we'd like. So perhaps this week, rather than asking, Why can't I let this go? Try asking yourself, what am I afraid might happen if I do? And who might I become if I finally allowed myself to move forward? Because perhaps letting go isn't about forgetting. Perhaps it's about creating space for what comes next. Thank you for joining me for another Conversations with Leanne. Until next week, believe and trust. I am Leanne.